niyo po susubukan. Unless po kay doktor. Ha? Ayan. Miski doktor eh. Miski doktor po. Yes, may question po? Sharing na po. Sige po. Meron pa namang advance yung orasan sa likod eh. May 7 minutes pa. Isa lang po tapos si Miss Open.
Ako po Hello. Ako po kahit doktor, I never sell supplements to my patients. Kasi pag doktor ka, malaki ang ano mo eh. Malaki ang ano mo kaagad, ang clout mo. Malaki na kaagad yung venue mo na hindi ako nagpebenta ng ganyan. Kumbaga, straight po ang practice natin. At iwasan din po natin yun na gawin yun sa ating mga pasyente na pupuntahan sa parokya po. Okay? Mga herbals, mga supplements, etc. etc. Iwasan po natin.
Okay, magandang umaga po. Ako nga pala si Atoy Lapitan sa parokya ng San Antonio de Padua, Los Baños. Retired professor po sa UP. Doktor din po kagaya ni Dr. Sanchez, kaya lang sa puno ako, siya sa tao. Kaya natutuwa ako doon sa logo noong isang araw, in-associate yung framework sa puno. Anyway, siguro sa kanin sa recap ko na babanggitin. Ngayon, una, I hope we don't get the notion, when we talk about sickness, suffering, and death, we don't only talk about the physical manifestation. In fact, during the first day, kung mapapansin nyo, lahat ng ating pinag-usapan has something to do with emotional and spiritual. Kasi nothing on the physical. Bakit kanyo? Well, physical, we have the doctor who provided the medicine. But the rest of the character that goes within, yun yung emotional at saka po yung psychological as well as yung spiritual. In fact, sa akin ng pakiwari, kung magkakaroon ng second part itong ating formation, I would suggest strongly to go into the personality psychology, because at the end of this intervention, we call healthcare ministerial activity, we have to generate some form of symptom. Yung bang ating mga intervention, sa tingin nyo, tinatanggap ba ng pasyente? So how do you monitor the acceptance? Di po ba? First day, maganda yung paliwanag ni Sister about prayer, silent prayer, at saka po yung listening. But there's a danger. May danger po yung listening to a point na pag hindi natin masyadong tinitingnan yung ating kausap, pero yun baka naiinis na sa atin. Because in the first place, they feel ano na kung tinatawag na sinulat ko lahat dito eh. Baka mamali ako sasabihin. There is that element of frustration. Kasi sasabihin niya kanina nabanggit, why me? Bakit ako pa nagkasakit? Di ba? So that is a form of anger, frustration, manifestation of somebody who felt hindi dapat siya kasi lagi naman akong nagdadasal sa Diyos. Bakit ako pa nagkaroon ng ganitong illness? Sickness. And sickness did not have to be a physical manifestation. We being powerless, hopeless, pwedeng sickness yan. Because essentially, it is a manifestation na minsan lalayo ka sa Diyos. Di ba? Kasi you feel powerless. Nagdadasal ka pero mukhang hindi ka naririnig. So you feel powerless. If you feel powerless, essentially ergo hopeless. So that is also one intervention that we as healthcare management need also to intervene. So hindi lang kung physically may sakit. Yung physical na sakit, tanda ng doktor medicine could be a solution to that sickness. But all the more, the emotional and the psychological impact of such illness, Yun yung ating tinatarget, di ba? And for all you know, as we intervene, dapat meron ding symptoms na tinatawag. Ano ang mga indikasyon na tinatanggap niya yung ating intervention? Kasi ang lawak na nitong ating narating. We have all the necessary skills, but we need to monitor the process. Baka dada tayo ng dada, we
Hello.
intervene, and yet we don't know if the patient is actually accepting our intervention. Mahalaga yun eh.
Hello.
Kanina meron binabanggit na acceptance. Acceptance in the sense of moral awareness. Aware ka na sooner or later, tao ka eh, your physical body, mamamatay yan. Kasi sa moral awareness attitude. Pero yung sinasabing acceptance, mahirap tanggapin yan talaga ng may sakit. Especially if you're talking about your family. Ano nang mangyayari sa pamilya mo pag ikay namatay? Di ba? There is that what we call, I take it, worry about the future. The future of your family. Tapos nandun din yung grief. Dapat ikaw as a healer or as an interventionist, a minister, dapat alam mo nasaan yung grief. Because these people, initially, pag tatanungin mo yan, sasabihin nila, ako, kung hindi ako umiinom ng araw, hindi ako magkakasakit eh. Kung hindi ako nagpupuyat, kung hindi ako naninigarilyo, hindi ako magkakasakit. So with that, they feel there is that level of regret and guilt. Nagigilty sila kasi ngayon, eto, may sakit sila eh. And for all you know, they lost their self-respect in that regard. Kasi pagka ganun may sakit ka, ang identity mo, nakikita mo na lang sa medication, hindi mo na nakikita yung truth, character mo. Kasi ang inaano mo ngayon, ano yung iinumin kong gamot, etc. etc. Hindi mo na nakikita kasi sino ka ba, ano bang estado mo sa society, hindi mo natitignan yun eh. Because the very basic foundation that you're looking at is how to survive. So ikaw as an interventionist, ikaw as a healer, dapat alam mo, nasaan yung level kung paano mo papasukin yung mga ganong aspeto. So, when you talk about suffering and dying, it is not necessarily talking about the physical body you have. Pwede kang mamatay, pwede kang mag-suffer, not because you have some form of illness, but because you have lost sight of the trust in God. So, yun. So, tayo, as minister, dapat, kaya nga makikita niyo yung framework ng 3E. 3M pala yung sa computer yun. 3E formation. Di ba? Encounter, embody, at saka evangelization. If you look at those three, ang atake mo sa emotional. Nothing on the physical. So, yun yung nakikita ko yun. Gusto ko lang iparating na dapat when you talk about the subject, kasi kaya ko nababanggit ito. Marami na ako na pagdaanan when you talk about intervention, especially yung sinasabi nung isang araw when it comes to communicating with the laylayan of the community, yung nasa laylayan, because I've been involved in a number of development planning nationwide. If you remember, during the time of Aquino, there was a youngest region in the Philippines, di ba? Yung Negros, yung one island, one region, one island, one region. Yung Negros Occidental, di ba? Occidental sa Region 6, Oriental Region 7. Pinag-isa yun. So, my party and I was a team leader. We were the one who developed the master plan for that. Unfortunately, during the time of Duterte, di ba, inabolish niya, bumalik sa dati. Kaya tinawag ulit ako nung yung probinsya at ibinalik ulit yung sistema, paano ngayon yung integration, etc. During the time of ERA, so by the way, yun doon sa Negros, we had this extensive exposure with community, yung mga tao doon. In fact, for all you know, karamihan itong binabanggit natin happens to fall mostly dun sa mga people who belong to the Yung, alam niyo yung mga NPA?
Yes.
Yan eh. In fact, if you had an experience, I was indoctrinated by NPA. When we had this project in Quezon, sa Magsaysay, I did not realize that time, yung pala yung rest house ni Carol Jer nung araw. Alam niyo, kilala niya si Carol Jer? So, I was indoctrinated 3 days for that. But in that doctrination, it just so happened na yung aking naka-encounter, yung aming naka-enkwentro na mga grupo, yung mga ideologic group. Dalawa kasi grupo dyan eh. Isang talaga ideologic group at isa yung talagang namumulimbat lang. So yun. So with that, I was able to interact with them. So they were hopeless. They were powerless. They felt they are neglected by the government. And therefore, they felt they are also neglected by God. Diyos ko, bakit ganito ang aming komunidad, ang aming pamumuhay, napakahirap. So they only thought of one resort, and that is to join the NPA. See? So yung mga ganun dapat, titignan din natin. We also need to analyze and examine. In fact, alam niyo, meron akong isang concept na sinusunod, yung tinatawag na, yung kay Michael Balin, kasi sa science, kasi meron niya Michael Balin concept. Yung una, i-explore mo ano yung emotional issue meron. Titingnan mo kung ano yung emotional issue. Pangalawa, with that, i-compose mo yung iyong tinatawag na apostolic function. Paano mo i-compose yung iyong intervention? Pangatlo, dapat ma-feel ng kausap mo, you are part of the process. Ito yung sinasabi kanina, nakakampi ka niya. Kakampi ka niya. Well, I was lucky during that indoctrination kasi just so happened na isa sa dun sa nag-i-integrate, nag-i-indoctrinate ay estudyante dati ng UP. Kaya ako lagi kong dinadala yung aking ID eh. Wala naman yung aming tawag sing-sing naman eh. Hindi ko dinadala at doon tayo niya hinuhulugan. Okay. Pagkatapos, once na ma-feel niya yung commitment mo dun sa kanyang nararamdaman, then nasa sayo ngayon. You have to examine ano yung mga manifestation na tinatanggap niya yung iyong entrada, yung iyong intervention. Kasi when people starts to listen, naano na yung interest. Ang challenge sa iyo ngayon ay how to sustain the interest that they're having. No? So, yun dapat kaya nga sabi ko nga, sa magkakaroon ng second part ito yung we go deep into the formation. Dapat meron tayo as the minister, as the messenger of healing of God. Dapat meron tayo ganitong psychological skill that we can use to monitor the acceptance of people that we are trying to communicate with. And in that regard, I guarantee you, magiging sustainable and well accepted ka doon sa kanilang level of suffering, we call it. Yun lang po, maraming salamat.
Thank you po, Sir Atoy. Meron po tayong program na ang tawag po natin ay peer facilitator po, sir. Na usually po yung concentration po noon, yung pakikipag-usap po dun sa mga tao na merong mga mental issues like depression, anxiety, fear, kahit yung may mga suicidal tendencies. Peer facilitator training po ang tawag po natin doon. Marami po tayong members ng diocese na nag-train po doon. Doon po sa palliative care training, parang ang atin naman pong concentration ay, kasi po usually, ang nakikita natin are the chronically and the terminally ill, yung mga na-stroke na, kung minsan ay may mga cancer, na yung hindi na ba talaga makapunta ng simbahan, parang ganun. So, dati silang sumisimba, ngayon hindi sila makasimba, yung simbahan naman ho ang pumupunta sa kanila. Kaya parang more on, ang focus is more on the moral support and spiritual support na kadalasan po ay nawawala na dun sa mga pasyente. Pero we understand po, itama ho yung point nyo na there is a deeper psychological issue usually sa mga ganitong pasyente. Kaya kung medyo yun, marunong kayong yung sinasabi nga ni Sir na how to go about it, ano ba, yung nasa-psychologize mo yung kausap mo, mas maganda nga po sana yun.
Si Father po. Yes.
Father Reggie.
Meron din po tayo mga members po dito na mga nag-attend din po ng mga... Meron din po tayo mga naririto na nagtatrain ng palliative care na member din at saka po nag-attend din po ng ating peer facilitator. Kaya po, nauna.
Opo. Yes po, Father. Thank you po.
Thank you po. Okay po. Maraming salamat po kay Atoy at Father Reggie. Ngayon po ay magpupunta na po tayo sa lesson 6 po. Lesson 6 po yan. Dati kasi sabi nga nung nakaraan, ang 3 formation po ay 12 lesson. So, ito po ay nasa lesson 10 po kasi. So, ang magbibigay po ng panayam po ay walang iba, ay si Miss Opin Javier. Isa rin pong catechist at formator po ng mga catechista. Bahagi po ng 3 formation program. Palakpakan po natin si Miss Opin Javier.